The very first thing I would have to say to the donors is thank you for making this possible. It wouldn't have been otherwise. My name is Kelcie Ames. I am currently a COCC student pursuing an associate's degree in paramedicine. I was born and raised in Prineville, Oregon, so it's a pretty small town not too far from here. And I am currently a COCC Foundation scholarship recipient. With being a first-generation college student, I walked into my senior year of high school being completely unknowing of anything when it came to terms of going to college. I got into this field in a very unique circumstance. I had graduated high school with the idea that I wanted to go into veterinary medicine. I worked in a veterinary office for about 2 years and realized that I loved it, but it wasn't what I felt was my calling. I grew up in an agricultural family, so agriculture was always the career path that was provided to me. 4 days after my graduation, I had lost my significant other due to an MVC accident in Prineville. And with Prineville being such a small town, you have the fire department, which is extremely close, as well as the police departments. And so one of my family members was a responding officer to that wreck, and he invited me to a Bible study following that accident, and he kind of introduced me into the first response world.
Kelcie was in my Redmond class, which is our evening class, and she was one of the students that was always there on time. She was always prepared for class, that's for sure. I would get to class an hour before and she'd already be there. She was already studying. I think the hardest thing about being an EMS student is a lot of these students that do have other jobs is it's very time intensive. So there's a lot of homework, there's a lot of memorization, a lot of hands-on things. And if you're a little shy, it's hard to get out there because you are telling people what to do. You are running a scene, and you have to know that if you do something wrong, someone may die. So it's pretty stressful for younger students.
I knew walking into it that there was a good possibility that I would have very little time between studying school and picking up numerous jobs. This career is an extremely demanding career. It's extremely time-consuming. It's a consuming career as a whole. I did not have the financial means to make it meet. I had watched my older sister struggle with attempting to go to college and finding the resources and applying to scholarships, and I knew that it was going to be something completely unknown to me, and the scholarships were something that really opened my eyes in the fact that it was possible to go to school.
So what I've noticed with the students who have scholarships is they're able to focus on their schooling more. They don't have to worry so much about, oh my gosh, I have to get to work, or they haven't worked until 6 o'clock in the morning and then they show up to class at 8 o'clock in the morning. They are able to focus better. They don't have to have 2 and 3 jobs. They don't have to be juggling all that so that they can get better grades. And to be able to get into the paramedicine program, you have to have really good grades. So it's really important, even in the lower levels, like the EMT levels, to be able to have scholarships, to be able to focus on their education and not everything else that's going on.
Receiving the scholarship was something that I had awaited for months. I mean, you turn in that application and then it's just kind of a waiting game of, is this possible? Am I going to college? Am I not going to be able to afford to go and have to wait a few years and maybe not attend? I instantly went home and told my mom. She knew I was applying to scholarships and she knew I was looking to go into college, but she was kind of in the same boat of, is this possible? And then when we found out that I had these scholarships, it was something that like my whole family just kind of like rallied around, and they've supported my education, which has been extremely nice. Receiving the scholarship gave me motivation. It's really opened up my eyes to the fact that there are all of these people who have faith in these students that otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to pursue a higher education. It gave me the motivation, and it also gave me the support that I really needed to just continue my education. Thank you for investing the time and the commitment into the students and having the faith for them that they are capable of an education and making it possible as well.